Hey guys,
welcome to. No, you guys. Fine, you do it.
Hey guys, welcome to this week's episode number 9 of Valken Debrief here at beautiful Colorado Ranch with my buddy
Valken Actual, the man, the myth, the legend.
Yes, and myself, Kaiju. So before we get into today's topics, don't forget to share this video onto your Facebook pages. We'd greatly appreciate that. Also, be sure to put in the comments any kind of topics you want to ask or be asked on our show in the future, and we'll be able to look through those, and you might see your question on a
make
future
them really
episode.
good. Like, we've been trying to come up with some fun stuff to talk about. You know, we don't want to get like dull and boring. So yeah, make them good, make them fun. Like, you know, an experience or something you'd like to experience.
Yeah,
Just don't make it weird.
Yeah, then it's just weird. But before we get into our topics for today, let's talk about where everyone in Valken is this weekend. So, up north to our brethren in Canada, we have the Direwolves. They're going to be at the Northern Simulated Training Systems in Canada for a CQB training course that's actually put on by Break Tactical Training Solutions.
Is that like a Canadian thing, like the precision of language? Because I noticed like all the courses, all the fields, all the names is like a mouthful.
Yeah, it's like...
I mean, it's like we're going to describe exactly what we're doing. Sorry.
And then the acronyms?
Yes, the acronym.
TACC3PCDR. Yes.
Yeah, no. Don't mind me. I'm just trying to start a war with Canada.
I know. And our friends over across the pond in Europe, Kelly from from Femme Fatale Airsoft. Oh, I almost made a boo-boo there. Kelly Hardwick from Femme Fatale Airsoft. She's going to be at NPF Bassett's Pole in Sutton Coalfield in the UK for Operation Red Diamond.
Red Diamond.
Yeah. And
is that like a South African thing?
no, that'd be a black diamond.
No, like blood diamond. Blood diamonds.
Blood. See, we're both wrong. And we've got Tap Airsoft.
Somebody says they can't hear anything. Can people hear us? Chime in.
I don't know. Can nobody hear us? I'm not catching that. Anyway, Tap Airsoft is going to be down in Southern Florida. They're going to be at Miami Airsoft in Southern Florida. Thanks for the quick.
I was checking.
Okay, just checking. They should be able to hear us. Maybe their volume was down. So, if you're just joining us, thank you for joining us. Episode 9, Valken Debrief here at the Colorado Ranch with myself, Kaiju, and
Valken Actual.
So, we're going to start off topics today.
I don't actually know what I'm doing, so that's kind of where that came from. But I'm sorry.
So, topic number 1 today is training. Do it yourself or attend certified courses. So, let us know in the comments below what you guys think about that.
Well, I guess we'll define the question. Like,
Okay.
What to you is the DIY? What is the certified courses, and in what scenario?
So, do it yourself is, in my opinion, is someone that's like myself, military, law enforcement background, going to train a group of people in a non-regularly scheduled setting. You know, I personally wouldn't do that because my certifications for being a trainer have expired, but that's what we're talking about. You know, do-it-yourself training. Either bring somebody in that's certified to train you, or you're doing it yourself based on your own experience. So,
it's kind of boring.
It's kind of
basically what he's saying is like disagrees that as an airsoft, if you've had military training or had training certification in the past, and then you try and make money off of airsoft teams to teach tactics, not really a great idea.
Yes.
Team I was on, one of the things we did is we had a friend, like one of our teammates, his dad was, I think he was ODA or something. He did contract work. And, we pitched him like $100 or something. And he basically came in and taught us team training, like just team building stuff, how to communicate better, how to work, more cohesively as a unit, cleaned up, our gear a little bit. There wasn't any real tactics. There wasn't any shooting drills or nothing like that. Like, I think that's great. And then I also think just, sharing knowledge with your teammates. You take a course, you take a survival course, you take a shooting course or something, and then you come back and share some tidbits with your teammates of what is applicable to Airsoft, because not everything is applicable to Airsoft. That's my 2 cents. I know that there's a lot of good that can come from it. I'm a huge fan of the team building aspect, because I think being a solid team that has each other's backs and communicates and is out there to have a good time is more effective on the field than someone that thinks that they have every badass, tactic, move, trick that they can execute in the game. Being like, high speed. Yeah. No.
Well, we've got joining us Gaz from the UK, Michael up in Canada. I know those guys, they do quite a bit of training. They do both do-it-yourself and certified courses. But to get back to what you were talking about, so it'd be good to hear your guys, opinions on where you get more benefit on that. No, I'm just, the do-it-yourself, more focused, like you said. You're not certified, even though you've experienced it, but then getting compensation for your skills and partaking that to a big crowd. There's a big liability issue with that. Especially if this is not your business, you're not certified.
Insured.
Yeah. Because, these kids are taking, what you're saying as gospel, and they just don't know any better. Hey, if somebody's asking your opinion, like, hey, how would you do this? And you just kind of quickly run them through, hey, this, and this, hey, where do you run your tack light? Hey, I run my tack light at the 12 o'clock because of X, Y, Z. Makes sense for me.
Works for me.
But to actually, get paid to do that when that's not your job, it's a little just,
makes us all look bad.
Yes.
Makes us all look bad.
Because if something goes wrong, then it's bad. Then it doesn't make our industry look very good, when we do that. Hey, we got a lot of folks coming in here.
Joining in.
Yeah, hello from Mexico. We got Israel Marino. Hey, how's it going? Oh, Cole Thornton out in Texas. He says, I think unless you've had real training at some point or an outside resource to come in and make sure you are training properly, then the odds are you will just end up embedding bad habits into your routine that will do more harm than good. But Airsoft, he has quotes, training and tactics is pretty far different. I think Cole makes a good point. You can take real world tactics and know it inside and out, but if you don't know how to transmorph that to apply to Airsoft, it just doesn't work.
Oh no!
You can't just do.
You can't run full speed and dial it up to 10 because in those training situations you're in some that they teach you to kill the opponent, to move through the opponent. You have no regard for your opponent's well-being or health. If you get hit, you're supposed to have the mentality to not give up and keep going. And none of that needs to come into Airsoft. No, it's a game. We're shooting each other, but I'm not trying to hurt you. I'm not trying to send you to the ER. And I obviously don't need ingrained in me the fact that if I get hit, I need to keep going. it's you get hit, you call hit. It's an honor game. So there's a lot more. I think there's a lot more that needs to be taken into account when you do that type of training, that you need to leave at that training session and what you're doing, and then,
absolutely.
What comes over. Not a lot comes over to airsoft, and there's a lot that still does come over to airsoft that should still stay on the other side of that fence.
Oh, I agree. Brandon Dodrill says, best training I found as far as players, find the best player in your eyes on the field and take a handful of them and make a small game and run it like, how did you shoot me what I did wrong thing. No, and that's, trial and error is what I believe Brandon's saying. Gaz says, relevance of training is important. Getting military and law enforcement instructors is great, as long as the instructor understands how to make it relevant to the context of airsoft.
Very good.
Great point on there, Gaz. Corey Wantuck, sorry, Corey, up north says, dire wolves have helped the goons firsthand. We had a ton of fun. We had a ton more bad sorry, Corey. I lost your thing there. After only one session.
You must be trying to look at the screen. And
Oh, I know. Michael Bright from the Dire Wolves, for what we do in trying to use real CQB tactics, you also have to attend games that put the focus on the use of those tactics, which is why we play at places like TTAC 3.
You know what real CQB tactics are?
What's that?
Frag them some more, frag them again,
Frag out.
frag it some more. I'm not going in there.
Joel Antonio Mazza wants to give a shout out to Nashville Airsoft on resolving his issues with his batteries. Oh, that's awesome. Gotta love it when the local fields and the shops help you out. Ryan from Cross Tactical Airsoft says, we've seen people who come out to Cross Tactical who have good shooting skills, but they don't have very good airsoft habits because of the real world muscle memory training. Oh, that's interesting.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Well, like I said, it's having no regard for your opponent, pushing through pain, calling hit, not giving up. I mean, yeah, it's. I've known a couple guys who've transitioned from left airsoft completely, gone into the firearms world, and they don't touch it anymore because it makes them soft or creates hesitation. You can't hesitate when you're training like that.
Gaz says, just remember, Rob, calling in an airstrike is not a viable way of taking a structure in airsoft. That is correct. Boots on the ground, crunchies, taking that building, that's the only way to take it. And
I would love to sit back and call it an airstrike.
And thank you, Random. Random says Rob's cool though. Josh's feelings.
So who invited you to stop by? Officially rescinded.
Oh, and Ryan says, so whatever happened to just playing for fun with no real care or real still
Josh
training?
Warren, what gun should I use to get sponsored?
Josh Warren gets the question of the day.
Walmart! You need that Walmart gun. That'll get you sponsored. There's all those sporting goods. Actually, you should probably stop at your local flea market. That's the best way to get sponsored.
And make sure you get those 0.12 gram BBs with the seams on them.
And scream. Call your hits. Scare them into calling their hits.
Alex Francisco, callsign virus, says it's not just making the training relevant to airsoft. Much depends on the instructor's ability to teach down to the level of his students. In other words, an experienced law enforcement or military trainer is accustomed to working with experienced students or their peers, which most airsofters are not. Yes, you have to have a lot of patience. A lot of patience.
Okay, I'm bored with this topic now.
All right.
Because I really don't know what I'm talking about, so I'm just I'm kind of fumbling my way through this. So
it's all good. So before we move on to topic 2, so we're gonna do our little giveaway announcement here. So we're gonna
give away his phone number and address.
Dude, my phone number was on my car for 3 years, and I still didn't get any random phone calls. I was sad.
That would have made for awesome late night fun during those long drives.
Yes. So, what we're giving away this weekend is this RDA 20 red dot sight. Okay. Low profile. Your choice of black or tan. Tomorrow, we're going to make a post announcing the contest on both Facebook and Instagram. And all you have to do is sit there and tag 3 of your friends for you and 3 of your friends a chance to win an RDA 20 micro dot red dot sight in black or tan. And then sometime on Monday, we will make the announcement of who gets to win that.
Can I have it in a black and tan?
Black and tan?
Black and tan.
Well, like this is black and tan. Because
if it's a black and tan, I can drink it.
Alrighty. So, and if you wanted to know more about the red dot, we've posted a little link to the product description right below in the comments. Thank you to one of our producers behind the scenes, Callie. We love him. So, topic 2.
This one we all know too well, painfully.
Yes. So
you know what I wish they had with calling hits and friendly fire? Someone needs to come up with airsoft obituaries. Write that down.
Oh.
Write that down. So, I mean...
that would be really good.
Yes, it would. So, topic 2. All right, producer, cue it up.
He wasn't ready.
He wasn't ready. Yes.
Good job. So topic 2, friendly fire, bang bang, minimum engagement distances. Do you like them? Do you don't like them? Do you think they have a place in airsoft? There it goes.
There we go.
There we go. So, we've got the bang bang rule, which is
not universal. I mean, it's not everybody uses it for starters.
Right. So it's basically what the bang bang rule is if you come within a certain distance of someone, so you don't shoot them point blank, you can say bang bang. But then there's still a lot of confusion with that because, some people are like, oh, you can shoot me point blank, so I'm going to shoot you point blank, or somebody says bang bang and the receiver turns around and is like, shoots him point blank.
Bang bang here.
Yeah. So let us know what you guys think about the bang bang rule.
I've seen both sides of it. I mean, I've seen the advantages and the disadvantages. I've seen where it eliminates unfortunate situations or confrontations, and then I've also seen it abused. I've seen it become a loophole, gaming the game kind of deal, or what do they call that when they cheat in gaming? I can't remember what they call it. Glitching. It's like a game glitch, and I think that I call them field rats. So you got your players that go every single weekend, and their only focus is to get as many kills as possible and to be the biggest butthead on the field. And they use those game glitches and they game the game to get and that ruins it for the rest of us. It's a perfectly valid rule, and it's meant to be a safety rule. But personally, I don't care for it. If you're good, if you got the chops or the skill to sneak up on me, shoot me.
That's true.
Shoot me.
That's true.
I signed a waiver. I'm a big boy.
Some of the folks in the comments have mentioned that they've eliminated the bang bang rule, but it's replaced with the surrender rule. So, but surrender is more of a question. Do you surrender? Bang. No, no, I don't. Shoot you back.
When I first got in, I had a buddy who Serpas had just come out. So the retention holster was like a new thing. And kid comes up, surrender! And he's like sitting there, he's like, all right, no. And he's like, no, I said surrender. You're supposed to surrender. And he goes, I'll tell you what, if I can pull my gun and shoot you before you shoot. And he shot him.
Quick. That reminds me of a quick story.
Yeah, so, I mean, it creates funny instances like that, but, I mean, I think it should be personally, I think it should be an indoor thing only. I don't think it should be an outdoor thing.
Yeah.
I don't even think it should be a mount facility thing. I think it should be like that close quarters, like, you know, like really tight, confined spaces.
Right.
And, you know, I even think like ST Village would be pushing it. Because, I mean, you got ST Viper, it's got buildings and stuff, but it's still pretty open. I think it's an indoor CQB rule only, personally. This is just my personal opinion. But outdoors, I think it should be done away with entirely. Parlay, surrender, that. Because the problem I've seen with surrender is you're not actually dead. So then those players can go back and then tell somebody that there's somebody there. Ideally, if you both die, dead men don't talk, ideally.
Kaylee Diamond says, in my experience, surrender rules and MED causes so much confusion and argument on the field. I hate getting caught in disputes like that, so I usually just default to calling myself out so I avoid confrontation. That is great sportsmanship there, Kaylee. That's awesome. And I also, Josh and Kaylee are saying, reminded me of a story. So I was at GTI in Barnwell at Faded Giant. And so me and one of the founders, Bo Stewart, gotta love Bo, we're held up in this room and we're pinned down and nobody can blast into this room. And so we're shooting and then it stops and we're thinking, hey, let's try to get out. So I'm first guy through the door and there's another opponent on the other side of the door. This is what he does. He goes, with his hand, he goes, knife kill. And I look down, I'm like, knife kill? It's your hand, you don't have a knife. And he's like, but it's a knife kill. And at that moment, Bo shoots him in the groin. It was so awesome. I was like, I guess there's no debate over it anymore.
The other one I've seen is old friend of mine. He's out of Airsoft now, but the best one was he comes around the corner and this kid goes, bang, you're dead. And he goes, wow, that was close. And just...
Austin Laborde says, I like them to a degree. MEDs typically lead to arguments of he said, she said, especially in CQB arenas. Many people use questionable means of measurement to determine their MED. Yeah, that's another thing too. A lot of just regular everyday airsoft players, civilians, they don't know how to measure distance. They don't know how far is 5 feet or 5 meters or, you know, and everyone talks about, you know, hey, your minimum engagement distance is 20 feet. Well, if you don't have that marked out on the floor so every kid can see what 20 feet is, it's, you know, it's like Grover from Sesame Street. Near, far, whoosh, far. As I almost take down the sets when I did that. That was like, we're not going to do that again.
When I was a game host, I used to have a twine that I had marked off different colored knots. So I'd have like a green, a yellow, a red, and that would be, you know, this is
nice.
your MED for your rifle. This is the pistol. This is, you know, your saw and your sniper. And, you know, to try and give the players in the briefing like a sense of, you know, distance. So kind of give them a point of reference, and that did help a lot. I've seen fields that will have it marked out, like when they're in the big staging area and they do the briefings before every game. They'll have it marked out on the floor with 15, 30, 60 all the way to the 100, and that helps a lot. But that's true. You know, everyone throws out these dimensions. Mm-hmm. And these linear dimensions, expecting everybody to know what it is, and a lot of guys think that they're, no, I won't go there. Let's just say men's, perception of size and length is skewed.
Ryan, you are correct. Ryan says, "Did you caffeinate Josh? This is the most active I've ever seen him." We've had a good day today.
It's been a really good day.
It's been a really good day. We can't say why, but it's been a really good day. A-Train actually made a great comment. MEDs for DMRs and snipers, and you see a lot of that. I think when you try to take a minimum engagement distance and universalify it, like, hey, everyone's minimum engagement distance is 20 feet. You know, you're really not taking into account the different platforms. Mm-hmm. But it makes sense when, hey, if you're shooting 400 feet or 450 feet per second, your minimum engagement distance is this for safety. If you're shooting 500 feet per second, your minimum engagement distance is this for safety. That totally makes sense. Mm-hmm. But to just kind of have a universal MED, whether you're indoor or outdoor play, is kind of pointless and it causes arguments. You know, if you're going to do that, then have FPS restrictions. That's a lot easier because you can chrono, have everybody on the same board, and you can say, hey, boom, and you don't have to worry about how far they are. A-Chain says, do you yield, sir?
Do you yield? So, what about... So, I mean, we're running low on time here. What about, the airsoft obituaries, and what about the friendly fire?
Oh, friendly fire.
So, I see so many times, I feel bad when I do it, and, I'll feel bad enough that I'll even call myself out, and we'll both walk back and, have a nice little laugh, or he can, grumble at me. But I see a lot of, you shoot your buddy, and they'll go, oh, okay, we're on the same team. It's cool. And then they go back to shooting, and it's like, no.
It's not cool. You just got
shot. A BB must strike. Almost every rule says a BB must strike. So, I've heard it doesn't matter if the BB falls out of the sky. Doesn't matter if, it comes from, your buddy's gun, the green team, the tan team. Doesn't matter. I mean, what are the thoughts on that? Like, does someone get a pass when they accidentally shoot their buddy?
Gaz says friendly fire isn't.
Exactly.
BBs don't know the difference between good guy, bad guy. Nope. No. Israel says in Mexico, some guys told me that there's really a dude to come into the opponent and say surrender. What? Tom Hall says, would you play a 0 minimum engagement distance game if the chrono requirements were 500 FPS? Holy
I have played one.
Wow.
I have. It's not fun. You get a lot of chicken fights out of that one. It's not fun. I have played some that are like gentleman games. They'll aim for the chest, the plate carrier or something, but I've played 500 FPS no MED games where, like, I swear they must have been, they were sadists and masochists because they really wanted to inflict pain. But I did it with full face protection. There were dudes out there that didn't. It's not for me, but I've done some gentleman games that are pretty cool. Border War has got a pretty darn high engagement distance. I think 450 no MED for Border War. But you have to understand that Border War, the extreme close combat is very rare.
Right, because it's
extremely
outdoors.
Rare. It's outdoors.
The area's huge. I mean, it's 3,000 players and it's huge.
Someone would yell contact, and I'm the stupid American going, huh? Trying to look through in the trees. So, there's time and place for it, but yeah. I have. Would I again? Probably not.
Zero says, I friendly fired 2 people with the same BB. Neither were hit. It ricocheted off the first guy's gun into a second guy. Both technically were not officially hit. Wow, that's
lucky.
That was very lucky. Woodcock, makes a great point. Think before you shoot.
Look before you shoot.
Yeah.
Thinking is reaching, Woodcock. That's really thinking, considering what most airsofters are thinking with.
Exactly. Exactly.
I think that does it for this show today.
I think so too.
And I'm going to go get another Red Bull.
Oh, yes. So thanks for joining us, guys. Love the comments. I did see some suggested comments and questions for a follow-on episode, so that we'll make sure that we check that out. Don't forget to share this video, please. And tomorrow we're going to make a post announcing the giveaway for the RDA 20. Make sure you tag 3 of your friends, so you and 3 friends have a chance to win either a black or tan RDA 20, and we'll make that announcement on Monday. Again, thank you so very much for joining Valken Actual. and the Kaiju at the Colorado Ranch.
And be sure to tune in next week. It's going to be awesome.
Oh, we're going to be live at Airsoft Con. So we have a very special.
You're not going to want to miss that one.
Yes.
Mark your calendars.
Yes. So see you guys next week.
Later.